Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Uh, Thank you for joining us today to hear about our new extended product launch of our PURESIL Elastomers. So, while some of our audience are still coming in, let us go through a very quick introduction. So just a quick introduction. I'm myself. I'm Edwin, Business Development Manager for Home and Personal Care based in Singapore. So today with us, we have two speakers with us. First of all will be Nada. Nada, she's actually our Southeast Asia Technical Sales Manager, and she is based in Thailand. And follow on, we will have another colleague by the name of Cassie Zhao. She's also our technical service manager for Asia Pacific, and she is actually based in Shanghai. Yeah. So before we move on, just to recap before this introduction kicks in, during our part one PURESIL elastomer launch, we actually introduced 12 elastomer-based products into the market. That was in 2020. So today, what we are going to touch on will be Elkem's extended launch on our PURESIL elastomers, which will comprise of 6 products. So if you look at this screen today, the first series we will be discussing on will be the ORG series, and this will be spearheaded by Nada. Subsequently, the second topic we will touch on will be the EP series, which is the Elastomer Powder, and then follow on by the floral silicones, and these will be introduced by Cassie. So before we go deep dive into the product introduction, let us have a quick look and an overview of the outlook of this beauty and personal care industry in the market today. So if you look at this slide, in 2022, that's where we were hit by the pandemic, whereby there is an unparalleled decline of the demand in the cosmetic market. So, but then it will be a resilient for a long-term growth. So if you look at the numbers here, in 2020, the beauty and personal care industry, we actually hit globally, we hit about US 180 billion, which is actually a decrease in 3% of growth in 2020. And in terms of long-term strategy on the compounded annual growth rate that we are looking at, it has been number has been put to a 3% compounded growth for 2020 to 2025. This is actually down by 1.8%. Initially, before the post-pandemic, it was scheduled at 4.8% of the compounded annual growth. Yeah. So this is just an overview to share with you. And in terms of the beauty care market trend for 2021, if you look at it in the general term, whereby what we're seeing on the trend is first of all the digital era, whereby e-commerce and physical is a very common thing, whereby a lot of consumers are actually shopping through e-commerce rather than the physical shopping, entering the malls because of the pandemic. And so what is digital? When we talk about this new term over here, digital basically is actually a concept of using technology to bridge digital world with the physical world. So it gives the consumer the digital service in the store itself. So basically, let me quote an example. For example, when the consumer enters a shop, instead of getting the shop staff to entertain the consumers, they can actually go into digital to actually handpick the design, the sizes of the products that they want for trials. So they want to bridge the technology of using the digital into the physical world. So they come up with the term of digital. And of course, it also helps to increase the engagement. In terms of the engagement, we're talking about brands using having social influencers and reviews in Instagrams and TikToks, giving reviews on the products by doing all the marketings. And of course, with the digital era, we also comes with intensified competition. So a rise of the indie brands. So when we talk about indie brands, are mostly those independent owned brands, not the brands under different umbrellas. So in the market, you should be able to see a lot of small competitors or small formulators coming into the market, which is causing the rise of these indie brands. So the second market trend that happened in 2021 will be the effect of the pandemic. So because of the pandemic, a lot of consumers are very much into the self-care, looking into their own hygiene and wellness. So the products that will lead to these kind of requirements are going into hand care, scalp care, skin cares, multi-regimental skin cares, moving towards healthier looking and healthier feeling, because during the pandemic period, a lot of people are actually home-based, working from home. They are not able to get outdoors. Yeah. And of course, transfer-proof cosmetics was actually an uptrend in the sense that because of the pandemic, people are requesting to have masks on wherever we go. So having a transfer-proof cosmetic products is actually is a trend in the market where people are looking for color cosmetic that is not you will not stain the mask when you wear it on. So which is a trend right now. And of course, there is also an explosive spending on the reopening of the post-pandemic market. So once we're coming to an endemic, you will start to see a lot of consumers having an explosive spending on this area. And the third trend that we're looking at in 2021 was the beauty for all. So multicultural mainstream. A lot of countries are actually going into multicultural rather than going into just fitting into the local trend or local domestic needs and wants. Yeah, and these trends we are looking at are mostly found in focus in Asia and the African region. Yeah. And then the next trend that we are seeing would be the green and natural. So when we talk about green and natural, which is the cleaning beauty, in terms of transparency and safety, because if you look at all these social influencers, when they talk about the cleaning beauty, they are talking about preservative free, or they're going into sustainable products. And so these are the areas or the trend that is currently moving in 2021, which comes with the sophisticated naturals, and in terms of looking at the performance of the products, of the consumable products. And the last trend will be on the sustainability, whereby a lot of consumers, they are very environmental driven. So looking into climate actions, tighter regulations on the sustainability. And then consumers are also aligning their ideologies with the brands that has been launched in the market. So these are some of the key trends that has been seen in 2021 over here. So what are some of the top claims that we see in the product launches in 2021? So if you look over here, the 4 key trends that we are seeing are mainly the beauty enhancing, natural, functional, and followed by ethical and environmental. So if you look at this column here, the chart on your right, the skincare. So beauty enhancing is still the top most claim. Same goes for hair care as well as the color cosmetics. Whereas in this Asia Pac region, if you take a look at the bottom chart here, the top claim products are still on the beauty enhancing claims, followed on by the functional, and then followed on by the natural and the ethical and environmental friendly. So what are the beauty enhancing that the claims are looking into? So top claims within the beauty enhancing are mainly going into the skin and hair care, targeting for moisturizing. For color cosmetics, it is mostly on the brightening and illuminating. Yeah. Whereas for natural, it is also they consider the second most claimed categories in the skin and hair care products. And functional also classified under the number 2 category in the claim in the makeup products as well. Okay. So moving ahead, looking at the trend for 2022. So what is the Asia beauty trend for 2022? So if you look at the reports from the Euromonitor on the chart on your right, what are the definition of beauty? Beauty looking into healthy, going into hygiene and cleanliness, and also being comfortable with your own skin, and also the inner confidence of the consumer. So the key trends that has been seen in the 2022 market is actually these 4 points, where the first one going back, which is going back into science. So when we talk about going back into science, we are practically looking at formulations. Why? Because if you look at 2021, they did talk about the clean beauty things, but for the new trend coming, the clean beauty is requires to have to be backed by science, because some of the clean beauty claims that we have seen in the social medias, in the influencer, in the market, is there are some backlashes. So which is why they are very looking much to, in order to have a clean beauty claim, you need to be backed by science, you need to be backed by data. So in order to gain the consumer's trust, and this is where the consumers are seeking for. And also to allow the formulators to relook into the clean beauty formulation, because there are some formulators who are advocating on the clean beauty, advocating on natural products, advocating on preservative free, but they have to be backed by the data to be provided. Secondly, will be the minimalization of the hybrid beauty. So what do we mean by that? Basically, makeup products to be imbued with skincare ingredients. So consumers are continuously looking at products that can act as a skincare and also a makeup product to achieve flawless looking skin and healing at the same time. So basically, we are looking at those products that are two-in-one. So apart from providing like repairing the skin, at the same time it helps on the makeup. So this gives the consumer with the mindset of having a practical, a very convenient and effortless, quick way to apply, or for these products potentially to be multifunctional, and also to reduce the need for an elaborate routine. Yeah, so basically you just need to cut short the routine of putting up the makeups. So this is what we're looking at in the trend for 2022. And of course, with the combination of the immune products, this also leads to reduce in the packaging waste. So which is also classified as the environmental friendly, whereby if you buy a two-in-one product or three-in-one product, you're basically using one packaging rather than using 5 products with a routine which you require 5 packaging. So this is where the reduced packaging comes into the picture. And of course, the fourth point we'll be talking about the water conscious beauty, whereby the market trend is also looking into waterless, waste-free product beauty routine. So, but then because generally formulators, I believe you are familiar that most of our products will require water, but this is something that a lot of formulators are exploring, going into waterless. And the fourth point to be looked at on the trend will be delivery on demand, basically on the e-commerce and digital, which has been brought over from 2021. And of course, the next will be on demand and the express deliveries. So what do we mean by that? A lot of consumers, when they purchase something online, their expectations get higher. And when they get higher, which also means that they will expect, when they place the orders online or from e-commerce, you should be able to get their products or supplies in a very short time. So to quote an example, formulators like the big formulators, or even the pharmaceutical, those kind of shops like Watsons, Sephora, or Ammo Pacific in China, they are actually speeding up their delivery services, whereby when consumers were to make a purchase on day one, they will have to deliver the products on day one itself. So practically it's less than 4 hours of delivery to be done. So this is a trend that has been seen in the market as well for 2022. Okay. So how are we relevant? So in terms of our Elkem PURESIL Elastomers, for us, we want to help our formulators to differentiate by addressing the market trends and the consumer desires. And that's where the 4 key points that we want to bring into today will be the beauty and wellness, whereby our PURESIL elastomers will enhance and help the formulators in their cosmetic products to provide instant healthy looking skin, looking fine and feel which the trend is requiring in the market right now. And of course, within the beauty and wellness, we'll be looking at sebum control for maintaining hydration, and of course, enabling a water or oil resistant in the tricycle cosmetics. And of course, we're going into the multi-cultural unmet needs. So when we talk about this, we're talking about the freeze control solutions for texture hairs. So different textures or even those texture hairs, we do have some solutions for these kind of formulations. And of course, green beauty is the other topic that we talk on. We basically on the eco-friendly, renewable naturals, whereby our products, some of them are actually eco-friendly. Yeah. And of course, sustainability, that's where what the consumers want, as well as the formulators, whereby transparency and regulatory compliance to the industry, and whereby Elkem also achieved a 20% reduction of carbon emission in 2022 with a gold rating of EcoVadis by CDP. And of course, we have a long vision by targeting to reduce 40% of the carbon emission by 2030. So coming to this, that's where today's topic we'll be talking about will be the three series that we're going to introduce. That will be the PURESIL ORG Elastomer Gel, followed on by the Elastomer Powders and the Fluorosilicones. So I will not go in depth into all these, whereby Nada and Cassie will elaborate further later on. So some of an idea to give you an idea on what are the products being found in the market using these elastomers. So and you can see over the 2018 to 2020 records, the key products that you will see using the cross-body the elastomers are mainly in the facial and neck care, lip colors, illuminators, and also the facial primers. So these are the four key sectors that is using the elastomers. So these are the basic brands that you will see in the market that has this ingredient in it. Follow on, Fluorosilicones is also another specialty product that we are going to share with you today. Basically, it's a very niche ingredient in the formulation, also mainly targeted into the neck care. They make up targeting for lip and color and eyeliner, as well as the nail, hand and nail care. Yeah, and you will see some of the popular brands in the market like Amor Pacific or LG, that which they are already using some of these ingredients in it. Okay, so without further ado, the next topic I will hand over the baton to Nada, where she will share with us on the PURESIL ORG series with you. So hope you can have some takeaways after the session. Nada, over to you.
Thank you, Edwin. For PURESIL product launch introduction today, we would like to introduce you the first PURESIL product line, PURESIL ORG series, the beauty enhancing and eco-friendly elastomer gel. There are two products of PURESIL ORG series, PURESIL ORG 01 and PURESIL ORG 02. PURESIL ORG 01 is the first generation of bio-based silicone elastomer gel, and PURESIL ORG 02 is the second generation of this technology. Silicone elastomer gel is the key technology platform from Elkem Silicones Korea, where PURESIL elastomer gel was developed and currently producing. We have more than 10 silicone elastomer gel in various types of silicone carrier. For PURESIL ORG series, which use a bio-base as a carrier, is our differentiator and main focus for today. PURESIL ORG 01 you can find from this slide. It's apparent, it's clear to translucent gel. Inky name is C13 to 15 alkane and dimethycone/vinyl dimethycone cross polymer. ORG 01 provides silky and smooth feel, promotes radiance, and also provides SPF boosting in sunscreen. ORG-01 won Ranger Technology Innovation Award in China in 2020. And last year, we just launched PURESIL ORG Series 2. Inky name is C13 to 15 alkane and dimeticone / vinyl dimeticone cross polymer and silica. For ORG-02, you can get powdery feel, sebum absorption, and promotes matte finish or matte look to your skin and into your formulation. And again, ORG-02 won Ranger Technology Innovation Award in China in 2021. PURESIL ORG series is eco-friendly silicone elastomers dispersed in C13 to 15 alkane, which is 100% naturally derived from fermentation process of sugarcane. ORG series bring you a key benefits are silky smooth and powdery feel. You can get sebum absorption, reduced greasiness, delivered in naturally derived from the fermentation process, sustainably sourced carrier with natural index of 0.8. For the application performance, ORG series provide enable matte look, provide thickening effect, masking skin imperfection, and you can get the SPF boosting. For this benefit, you can get from PURESIL ORG-01, the dosage around 4%. PURESIL ORG series is suitable for both of skincare and color cosmetic. Example, you can apply PURESIL ORG series into face cream, eye cream, primer, foundation, lip color, eyeshadow. For the use level, you can start from 0.1% to 50%. This slide shows features and benefits of the PURESIL ORG series. Good is 1+, excellent is 2+. For sensory enhancement, in terms of powdery feel and matte finish or matte look, are more pronounced with PURESIL ORG-02, and for the natural glow, you can get it from PURESIL ORG-01. For functional and formulation benefits, in terms of sebum control, line blurring, and thickening effect, are more pronounced with PURESIL ORG-02. And in terms of the SPF boosting, you can get this benefit from PURESIL ORG-01, around 4% dosage. Both PURESIL ORG-01 and 02 contain silicone cross polymer 10 to 20%, and natural index of both elastomer gel according to ISO 16128 is more than 0.8. The sensory advantage of PURESIL ORG series is demonstrated in eye cream containing 20% elastomer gel. We apply eye cream on skin, then observe the 9 sensory characteristics by trained panelists. Let's compare control eye cream without elastomer gel with eye cream containing BSD 5040 compared with ORG-01 and ORG-02 respectively. The gray line is representing eye cream without elastomer gel, or we can say control. The blue line is representing eye cream containing BSD 5040, which is elastomer gel in cyclopentasiloxane. The purple line is representing eye cream containing ORG-01, and the green line is representing eye cream containing ORG-02. From the spider graphs, we can conclude that PURESIL ORG series significantly improve softness and smoothness. PURESIL ORG-02 delivers highest smooth feel and texture, provide lowest greasiness, and you can get the powdery feel from this kind of elastomer gel. The same formulation of eye cream is also used to observe the line blurring effect. The line blurring effect was observed by using microscopic at magnification of 50. The picture on the left-hand side is control, bare, untreated skin, and the picture on the far right is eye cream containing PURESIL ORG02, and the picture in the middle, PURESIL ORG01 and BSE 5040. From these pictures, you can observe PURESIL ORG series shows significant line blurring property. And the line blurring improvement, the best one is PURESIL. You can get it from PURESIL ORG02, followed with ORG01 and BSE 5040 respectively. And we also can observe the natural glow is improved on skin treated with PURESIL ORG01. The sebum control efficiency is demonstrated. We compare PURESIL ORG01 and ORG02. The sebum control is the percent sebum change over time as compared to untreated skin or compared to control. We measure the percent change of sebum initially, after 2 hours, after 4 hours, and after 6 hours after apply the sample onto the forehead. From this slide, you can see the percent sebum change of the untreated skin, which is represented in gray bar graph. You can find the percent sebum increase to around 18% after 2 hours and increase to 25% after 4 hours and 29% after 6 hours. We observe the percent sebum change at the negative value when skin was treated with PURESIL ORG01 and 02. The higher of negative number or negative value, the more sebum absorption. We observe that both PURESIL ORG01 and 02 show sebum control. And in terms of sebum absorption, when compared between PURESIL ORG01 and ORG02, ORG02 is better than ORG01 in terms of sebum control. One of the key benefits of silicone elastomer gel is thickening effect. Silicone elastomer gel can increase viscosity of silicone carrier or low viscosity silicone. Example, you can use elastomer gel to increase viscosity of cyclopentasiloxane or low viscosity dimethicone. The thickening effect is highly desirable benefits in anhydrous formulation as well as in emulsion. For this, we study the thickening effect of PURESIL ORG series in water in silicone emulsion containing myrcil DM2 or 2-centi stroke dimethicone by varying percent of PURESIL ORG01 and 02 from 1.5% to 10%. From this slide, you can find the result. PURESIL ORG series provides thickening effect within the orifice of an emulsion, especially when you use the ORG01 or 02 from 5 to 10%. And in terms of thickening efficiency, when compared between ORG01 and 02, PURESIL ORG02 is better than ORG01 in terms to increase viscosity in low viscosity silicone or in emulsion. PURESIL ORG series is suitable for both of skincare and color cosmetic formulation. Here we have the example of the formulation. We have body cream, high natural origin content moisturizer, anti-wrinkle eye cream, refreshing primer, super smooth liquid foundation, glow liquid highlighter, and velvet matte lip color. If anybody is interested to receive the guide formulation or test the prototypes, you can contact Elkem's distributors in your country or directly contact to Elkem. The key takeaway of PURESIL ORG series is the step forward to sustainability. Let us conclude the benefit and performance of PURESIL ORG series in these slides. PURESIL ORG series enhance silky smooth and powdery skin feel, enables matte finish or matte look, improve light bearing and sebum absorption. It's delivered in a naturally derived from a fermentation process, sustainably sourced carrier. High natural index of 0.8 supports customer in delivering natural and eco-friendly products with performance. This is all about the PURESIL ORG series bio-based silicone elastomer. For the next PURESIL product launch, please let me move the presentation to Casey, our technical service manager for Asia Pacific.
Thank you, Nada. Hello, everyone. Following, I will introduce our silicone elastomer powder and fluorine silicone. So Edwin, please go to the elastomer powder slide. Okay, so for silicone elastomer powder, we have our PURESIL EP Series, and as just now Nada introduced the silicone elastomer gel. Actually, they are very similar, but for silicone elastomer powder, there is no carriers if we compare to silicone elastomer gel. And for silicone elastomer powder, in our EP series, today we will focus on two products, PURESIL EP02 and PURESIL EP04. So from the photo, you could see both products. The appearance is white powder, and here you will also see the ink name for PURESIL EP04. It is a pure elastomer powder with the ink name Damascene vinyl Damascene cross polymer. While for EP02, it is elastomer powder but coated with silica. So here in its ink name, you will also find silica. And for these two products, there are slight difference for the structure, so the performance is also slightly different. And if we see its sensory profile, PURESIL EP02 is focused on slippery and spreading, while for PURESIL EP04, its cushion effect is more obvious. For PURESIL EP series, actually we could introduce into the skincare makeup formulation, and with different benefits. So here in this slide, you will see the key benefits, such as the obvious sensory. For the silky powder feeling, the smooth and slippery feeling, which is totally different from silicone oils. Besides, its cushion effect is also obvious. After introduced into the formulation, it will reducing the thickness of the cream, lotion, or foundations. And for the face care, it is quite good for its sebum absorption. So after introduced in the formulation, you could consider for the claims such as the matte effect, for the soft focus and the line blurring, and for the in hydro formulation of the water in silicone or water in oil formulation, its thickening effect is quite good. So it could improve the texture of the formulation. Of course, it could improve the spreadability of the final formulation. So because we have two products, how to choose the suitable one for your formulation. So this slide shows the typical benefit of both products. So if we say the sensory enhancement for the silky, and the powdery feeling, you could choose EP02. But if you consider more for the cushion feeling, EP04 is more suitable. And both products provide quite good matte finishing. So for the functional benefit in formulation, the sebum control of EP02 is very good. And the line blurring of EP02 is also excellent. So if you consider the maintain the hydration in your creams, EP04 is more suitable. And for the formulation benefits, EP02 is suitable for the thickening for the anhydrol or for the water in silicone or water in oil emulsion. It is good for the matte lip color, and also good for the pressed powder. And if you consider to introduce into the mascara for the volume or for the lengthening, and for the long-lasting effect, PURESIL EP04 is more suitable. And for both products, the cyclic content is lower than 0.1%. So following, we will see the performance, some typical performance we already see. So in this slide, you will see the liquid adsorption capacity of PURESIL EP Series. Here we test different raw materials, and you could see the performance of both EP02 and EP04 are quite good, especially the performance of EP02. It is around 3 to 4 times of EP04. So this will bring the for the formulation will impart the thickening, the stabilizing, and also the delivery for the ingredient. Then this slide shows the sebum control and the hydration level of the EP02 and EP04 for formulation. And for the first chart, we test the sebum control of EP02 and EP04. So in the chart, you could see we give the sebum change value, and we compare the result with the untreated skin. So the lower value means the better sebum control or better sebum adsorption of the raw materials. And here we test the performance of 2 hours, 4 hours, and 6 hours. So here you could see even after 6 hours, the sebum adsorption of EP02 and EP04 are quite good, and also better than the typical marketing product. So for the second chart, it is the result of the hydration level of the skin. And here we introduce EP04 into creams with 2% in the formulation, and then we test the hydration level of the skin after apply this cream. And we also we compare to the untreated skin and the marketing product. So for this hydration level, the higher value means the better hydration content in the skin. So from the result, you could also see for the skin applied with cream with EP04, with the time ongoing, you will see the hydration level increase in the skin. Even after 6 hours, you will see the value is quite high. Well, compared to the untreated skin and the benchmark, you will see with the test ongoing, the result reduced. So for these two tests, you could consider to introduce EP02 or EP04 into the creams or lotions you would like to claims for the sebum control or claims for the moisturizing, especially suitable for the face care. And this slide shows the test of the This slide shows the test of the EP series for the matte, soft focus, and line blurry performance on skin. Because for EP series, their appearance is small particles. So after apply onto the skin, they has quite good line blurring performance. Of course, they will also provide good matte finishing and soft focus. So from the photo, you could see for the berry skin and the skin treated with cream without EP series, skin treated with cream with EP series, the line is not obverse. Beside, you will see the obverse matte effect. And for the first photo, you will also see the soft focus performance, which you can see some for the skin. It is much more perfect than the one without treated. Next slide. And for the in this slide, we introduced the EP04 into a press powder to see its matte effect. And here you also see four photos. The last one is the berry skin. After that, we applied the liquid foundation on the skin. And then the skin is applied with the pressed powder with the EP04. So here you could see for the second photo, after applied the pressed powder, the skin appearance becomes matte, and also the line is not of that obverse. Besides, its silky smooth feeling is quite good. And after 4 hours, we can still see the matte performance of the skin. So next slide. And this in this slide, we show the test for the EP series in the mascara. So 2% EP04 is introduced into the mascara. And then we applied this mascara on the artificial eyelash to see the performance. after dry, we dip this eyelash into the jojoba oils to test the oil proof performance. So for the photo as the result after 24 hours. So because of the good film forming performance of EP04, so even after a long time immersed into the oils, the mascara still keeps quite good on the eyelash, and there's no dissolve and no broken of the eyelash film. So we see its oil proof is quite excellent. So next slide. Then this slide shows the waterproof of the mascara, which used the EP04. So for this water rebalance performance, it is quite suitable for the formulation, which claims for the long lasting. So next one. And this slide shows the spreading performance of EP series in the EP series in the formulation. So here you could see we test the area of the formulation, which including the EP04 and also some true benchmark in the marketing, and we test the area. The large area of the spreading means the better of the area means better spreading. So from the result, you could also see even after a long time testing, the spreading ability of EP04 for formulation is better than the marketing product. So next slide. So this slide shows some typical formulations which introduced the EP series, and some of them we already introduced just now for the performance test. So here you will see for skincare, it is suitable for the creams, silky creams with claims for the sebum control and the moisturizing. And here we also introduce into the lip color by claims the matte finishing and the velvet sensory. The press powder we already introduced just now for the matte effect, and also the volume mascara for its long-lasting water and oil resistance. Of course, this series raw material is very excellent, and you could think in and introduce into other formulations. So following, we will introduce the fluorine silicone. The invisible shadow. So for the fluorine silicones, we have two type raw materials, the trifluoro and the perfluorine product. And for the trifluorine product, we have two products, TFL5 and TFL30. For perfluorine, we have SF30. Actually, for fluorine products, they are quite special or quite innovative for the cosmetic industry. And they are characterized by the low surface tension, the fast spreading, because of its special chemical structure. And these two performance is quite useful for the cosmetics, such as they will give the excellent spreading for the final formulation. Beside fluorine silicone is hydrophobicity and oleophobicity. So after introduced into the cosmetics, they will give long-lasting performance. And because in the fluorine silicon structure, there is silicones, there is fluorine groups, and there is alkyl groups. So the SF30 or the TFL product will give quite special sensory. Of course, they are quite excellent for the high temperature resistance. And here you will also find the characteristics of these three products. And for all of these products, the cyclic content is lower than 0.1%. So next slide. Here you will see, okay, so this slide, as for our fluorine series, there are three products, and how to choose the right one or the suitable one for your formulations. And here we could consider from three aspects. For the sensory enhancement, if you are considering for the quick spreading, you could consider TFL5. And if you consider more for the light smooth feel, TFL30 is more suitable. And SF30 provides a natural glow, so which is quite suitable for the skincare formulation. And for the functional benefit, TFL5 is good for the protection, for the heating protection for the hair, and also its freeze control performance is good. So this one is very good for the hair care product. TFL30 provide quite good the skin hydration maintenance. So this one is good for the skincare. And the SF30 also provide good freeze control performance, so also suitable for the hair care, leave-on hair care product. But its sensory is also very unique, so for skincare is also quite good. For the formulation, if for the formulation with the pigment, as SF30 provide quite good pigment dispersant and the even coverage for the pigment after introduced in the formulation. So SF30 is good, and also for the film integrity, SF30 is also suitable. And for the long lasting, you could consider the TFL30. As for the fluorine silicon, as we just from the benefit, we could consider to introduce into the skincare and hair care and also makeup. So following, we will see some of its performance in the formulation. So because all of these three products are pure oil, so in your formulation, depending on the benefit or the claims you want to add in your formulation, the usage level will be from 0.1% to 2%. So next one. And this slide shows the performance of SF30 and TFL5 in the leave-on hair care serum. So here we tested the freeze control of both products compared to the typical gum blend CDML. And here we introduced 1% fluorine silicon in the hair serum, where compared to 10% the gum blend in formulation, and after applied onto the curl hair, and then keep under 35 degree 90% room humidity for 48 hours. we see the hair curl keeps quite good for the hair trees applied with SF30 and TFL5, and the freeze control performance of both hair trees is better than the gum blend. So next one. And for the hair care, leave-on hair care serum, we also test the shine performance and the thermal protection performance of TF5 and TFL30. So from the photo, you will see after add 1% SF30 in the formulation, the hair shine is obvious compared to the formulation without SF30. And from the chart, you will also see the thermal protection of TFL5, TFL30, and SF30 is much better than the gum blend and better than the control, especially the performance of TFL5. So based on this test, you could consider to introduce the fluorine silicone in the leave-on hair care product. So next one. Besides the hair care product, we also test the fluorine product performance in the makeup formulation because of its water rebalance and water-philic and hydrophilic and the oily-philic performance. So here we introduce 1% SF30 and TFL5 in the hydro airline formulation. So for the first photo, we test its oil resistance. And for the airline, we applied onto the skin. After dry, we dip some jojoba oils on the airline, and then we see if the airline will be transferred to the transfer paper. So from the photo, you will see for the formulation with 1% SF30, it is totally non-transfer if we compare to the control. And for the second photo, we test the water rebalance or water resistance performance of SF30 and TFL5 in the airline in this formulation. And the airline is applied onto the substrate, then immersed into the water for 24 hours. Then we see the appearance of this applied airline. And here you will see compared to the control, the substrate applied with airline with fluorine silicone, the appearance is quite homogeneous and there is no broken of this airline. So based on this, you could consider to introduce TFL5 or SF30 in your makeup formulation, which you want to claim for the long lasting. And next one. This slide shows the performance of the pigment dispersant ability of SF30. And here we compare to the castor oil, which is normally used as the pigment dispersant in makeup formulation. So from the result, you will find its performance is obviously better than the castor oil for SF30. And after introducing into SF30 in the formulation, in foundation formulation, the film of the foundation is much even and much better. So next one. And this slide shows the hydration, the moisturizing performance of a fluorine silicone after introduced into the cream formulation. And here the same test, we test the hydration performance of the skin after applied the cream. So here you will see for the formulation with TFL 5, TFL 30, the hydration level of the skin maintains the higher than the one without the fluorine silicone, and the hydration is very stable over the time. For the control, you will see with the test time, the value decrease. So for this result, you could consider to introduce into the claims for the hydration for the moisturizing. Next one. Next slide. So based on this test are based on this formulation. The body lotion claim for the moisturizing, the nourishing serums claim, and the mousse foundations based on the pigment dispersant and the even coverage of the pigment. Of course, the matte liquid lipstick is quite suitable for the non-transfer performance and quite good oil and water resistance. And for the fluorine silicones, actually they are very special or very innovative raw materials for cosmetics. And here we only show some of the tests and some of the formulations. And for the formulation itself, you could consider to give more opinions to consider to introduce other formulations for the other claims which we are not sure or we are not discovered. So Edwin, next. So this is for the fluorine silicone for skincare, for makeup, and for the hair care, and innovative raw materials. So Edwin, this is for the fluorine silicone.
Thank you, Cassie, for the very good information that's been shared with everyone. And also thank you to Nada. So I think we have crossed our time by 2 minutes. So if you have any questions, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to drop it inside the box. Otherwise, you can see on this slide, you can see our email addresses. So any formulators or customers, if you're based in the Southeast Asia region, please feel free to write to us if you have any queries or interest in technicals. And customers or formulators based in Taiwan, Japan, and South Asia, please do write to us, to myself and Cassie, if you have any questions. So I should not hold back everyone. So I hope you have some takeaways from our 6 products that has been launched recently in the market. And if you have any interest, we look forward to receive your inquiries or questions, and we'll be happy to have a separate call with you all. So last but not least, thank you to the ladies for presenting to everyone. So last but not least, have a good day. Thank you for coming, and we stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.